Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome back to the Highscore headquarters animation podcast. My name is James Metz. You can follow me on Twitter at Gundam Goku. If you could do us a favor and head on over to our Twitter page at Highscore headquarters, follow us and get more video game and animation content from that channel. So today I'm joined by...
My name is Chris, and the kid was not his son.
My name is Cleopatra Shabazz, just because.
My name is John Manigo. It's John Manigo, that's it.
Wow.
All right, that was a beautiful
Very
introduction.
enthusiastic, John.
Yeah.
So
yes.
much enthusiasm. I'm the sick one here, and you're acting like you have no energy.
I ate them. Yeah, okay.
The shade.
You're throwing shade already.
Been
The
a long
podcast
week,
just
you
started.
know?
Oh
Jesus.
my.
It has
Yeah,
been
but
a long week.
4 interest meetings.
Oh yeah, it's been.
4 long, boring interest meetings.
I mean,
I don't
Who-
miss that.
who here worked last night?
I didn't, because I only work
I
on
have
weekends.
a work-study
so-
job, so I work during the daytime.
Yeah,
I'm
I,
not poor.
um,
Sorry.
Wait.
I guess I have too much money to do work study. I've never gotten it.
Wow. Were you
Dang.
about to... what
Call
the-
me out for being
Jesus,
poor.
John. Wow, John. Just
Dang,
it's like,
okay.
yeah, so I got to
No.
work study. I ain't a broke bitch, so I mean,
No.
I'm rich. What can I say? All right, we see you,
No,
John. We see
no.
you.
Rich homie Quan.
Can you toss me like a 10 so I can get some lunch later?
I'm not that rich.
Sure you are.
He exaggerated. Oh,
He
that sounds
exaggerated,
like.
but he ain't that rich. But he gonna call us poor.
Right.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
But I ain't a
whatever.
rapper.
I'm not a rapper.
I mean, you must be really fucking like, you have to be exaggerating big time if you can't afford Taco Bell.
For real though.
Like their breakfast menu is straight up, yo, here's a burrito, give me $1.
John,
Yes.
after this podcast, you're taking us all to Taco Bell. We all about to get
He
shredded
about
chicken.
to drop them Washingtons.
Yeah.
I know we got some Washingtons.
We all about to get shredded chicken quesadillas today.
Mm.
So James, what we talking about today, buddy?
All right, today's topic is, it's January. We just came back from, a couple weeks ago, we just came back to a new semester. We're all college students, if y'all didn't realize that.
I'm a
So
grown man.
you can still be in college and be a grown-ass man.
Nah, man.
I saw an old man in my geography class. Like, I'm talking old, like 67 years old. He was raising his hand,
He was a
asking
janitor.
questions.
He
I was
just
like, oh,
showing
dang.
He's just a janitor, man.
I
Don't
was
pay
like, he's
attention.
somebody's grandpa.
I'm not your daddy. I'm your grandpa. Can we talk about that? That's my favorite animation. I'm not your daddy. I'm your grandpa. Go ahead,
That
James.
is
Go
old.
ahead.
But yeah, so 2016 was a interesting year, both in, the real world and the world of animation and video games. Since this is the animation podcast, we're going to be talking about animation, duh. So we're going to be talking about some of our favorites and some of our least favorite shows from 2016. And we're just going to go around the table and we're going to talk about some shows that we like first. So I guess I'll start things off. How many people here have heard of the show called ReZero?
I've heard of it, but I've never watched it. What is it about?
Yeah.
All right, so who here has seen Sword Art Online?
Oh, that show.
Yeah, that show.
Oh.
Okay, so Sword Art,
It's,
Continue,
dang.
James.
I like
past episode 13, you're not wrong.
That's sad.
Continue.
yeah.
Continue. All right.
Um,
all right.
Sword Art Online basically started, I wouldn't say it didn't start it, but it made it popular. This genre of different shows that take place in a world that's similar to like a video game. So you had like Log Horizon and Is It Wrong to Pick Up Girls in a Dungeon? You have all these different shows that came out that were basically Sword Art Online, but they would do their own little twist to it. ReZero is one of those latest shows. Basically, the main character, Subaru, yes, like the car,
Subaru.
he was a NEET in Japan, and
What is it neat?
a NEET, hikikomori, a shut-in, essentially someone who sits in their room all day and plays video games.
Ah, gotcha.
Oh, like Kids in America.
I've been hearing
No,
that word.
they just live there.
I've been hearing that
Oh.
word pop up a lot. It's neat. Does it stand for something, or is it like?
I think it's like non-employed youth.
Oh yeah, neat. Oh, NEET.
Oh.
Yeah, it's something like that. I'm not entirely sure off the top of my head
Oh yeah.
Look at me
'Cause
being educated.
I'm
Yes.
used to I'm used more to the term of hikikomori because I'm a big fan of a show called Welcome to the NHK, which is a really good show.
Not in education, employment, or training. That's what it means.
All right.
There we go.
So he's going to the convenience store just to get him some food. One of his like few times he goes out just to get something to eat. Then he walks outside, he blinks, and bam, he's in a fantasy world.
Just like that?
Just like that. Just like that.
Okay.
He has these grand ideas that he's like some hero. So he tries to do magic in the middle of the street. Nothing happens because this is going to be a theme throughout the show. He is a normal person in a magical world. You know how other shows, the protagonist, in most shonen anime, the protagonist becomes overpowered and no one can fucking touch them.
Yeah, and he's in a
Oh,
normal
that
world.
sounds
But it's like
interesting.
Subaru is the opposite.
That actually sounds interesting because,
That's
like you were
pretty
saying,
cool.
yeah, because it's like, oh, so, they go to this world and all of a sudden you were like, the savior one that was prophesized to come like 1 billion years ago, and it's just like he gets to this world, it's like, I'm somewhere where I wanted to be all along. I can finally be who I want to be, and it's just like, nah, you're just a normal person like everything else, except things are much scarier now.
This world does have magic and everything else. He eventually is able to use magic, but it's not what you think. It's like, because in this world, everyone has life energy and magical energy within their bodies. Basically, all he can do is shoot a smoke screen to run away.
Sad face.
Darn.
But due to his tenacity and basically another ability that he has, he's able to basically become a hero even though he doesn't have powers. But the thing that happens to him is, I don't want to spoil the entire show, but every time he dies, he respawns. Return to zero. Re-zero.
Oh.
So
Interesting.
So there are certain checkpoints that he goes through that will reset, and he retains his memories from the last go around. So he can go through, and he can continue with his mission, and try to basically. There's this girl named Amelia that he has to save. This became a huge meme on the internet later on about I Love Amelia. It's a big thing with ReZero because there's a girl in the show called Rem, and she is best girl.
She's best girl.
Best girl by far.
Oh, dang.
Yeah, and there's one episode where Rem basically confesses to Subaru, and I shit you not, it is the
That didn't happen.
good job,
That
bud.
didn't happen. That didn't happen at all. What were you saying, James?
I shit you not, the entire confession is a 20-minute episode.
Dang, it don't take
Wait, so
that
she
long
just
to
confesses
confess.
her love to you?
Like,
It is one of the best scenes. It is one of the best episodes from the show. It is really well paced. It's the emotion that the voice actors put into the performance is really good. Another thing this show is really known for is surprise endings, like surprise like cliffhangers from show to show, from episode to episode, and gruesome death scenes.
oh, dang.
This show, you got to remember, there's a point in the show where Subaru starts losing his mind. Because, yeah, it sounds cool. If he dies, he can respawn.
Yeah.
He remembers everything that happened before that.
Oh,
So he remembers every death. He remembers all the pain from those deaths.
ouch.
Jesus Christ, that sounds like some Dark Souls
Oh
shit.
my God.
That's how I'm feeling.
At that point, he should have just died and not came back.
That's how I feel when I'm playing Dark Souls.
They reveal...
And an enemy beats me so many times, and I just go and I just have PTSD of just like, oh, here it comes. Here it comes. Dark Souls destroyed my psyche.
It's essentially Dark Souls, the anime. It's something that you should definitely check out. I think it's 25 episodes.
That's not that long.
It
Not
has
too bad.
it has really interesting characters, and it does throw a lot of waifus at you,
Aww.
but the main character is very steadfast on two girls, and one of them not really.
Okay.
So he's really steadfast on one.
That's been kind of my turn off lately in anime lately. Any show that starts delving into this, like, the main character is just a chick magnet because logic. I'm just like, Naruto was like, no, ooh, never mind. That's a lie. Never mind, I'll take that back. What show was like that I watched? That
With chick magnets?
High School of the Dead.
Oh yeah,
There
that
we go.
was-
That would
that
have
was-
been an amazing show if they didn't turn it into this harem bullshit.
Whoa.
Stupid. Oh
I
my
need to
God.
stop you right there. Fucking High School of the Dead is amazing. I
mean,
fucking love that
no,
show.
no, no.
Like, it's
I've
a good
watched
show, but
I've
like,
watched
I mean,
it
the-
3 times.
The waifu stuff it just went too far. I didn't like it.
Like it was.
Brother,
It was.
did you not watch the intro?
Intro, okay.
There's a fucking bit of the intro where the women are just in their underwear, and then there's a part with Psycho leaning her breasts against a fucking fence.
Oh my God, that's too
Okay.
much.
It's
Okay.
Like, are you
That's too
serious?
much.
Have you
This
ever-
show is meant to be like this. It is.
Cleopatra,
It
you
is
ever seen High School
zombies.
of the Dead?
I have not, but from what I've heard, I'm just not liking this. Like,
It's zombies
Okay.
and tits.
It's when you explain it that way, nobody wants to watch it.
yeah,
Fuck,
like,
I want to.
But-
I love this
well, see,
show.
I'm a girl, so I'm not gonna be like into that type of stuff.
But like, here's the
The
thing.
story is really good.
Here's the
Okay.
thing. It's a good show. I had this problem when I was watching it because it annoyed me.
yeah.
It is a very good show, and it has a pretty good story, and the
Okay.
characters are pretty interesting, and the
Yeah.
dynamic they have is pretty good. But it's very evident that the main character is just a fucking chick magnet for no reason. So there's like
Yeah.
what in their group of the survivors, there's like 4, 5
Two.
girls, and every single one of them wants to ride his dick.
Okay, to be
Dang.
completely fair, part of that is true. But really, there's only 2 love interests for him. Old girl with glasses gets with the dude who likes guns, and then
That is
and
true.
the other one's a teacher. And one of them was his ex-girlfriend, and then the other one, there's a sex scene in a temple. It's implied, anyway.
They didn't
So-
have sex in that temple.
What? How they go from a high
Bruh.
school to a temple? I'm so lost right now. Like,
It's
Okay,
called-
there's an episode where him and like this girl with a sword. They
Her name's Psycho.
Yeah, they psycho. They kind of get separated from the group, and
Oh.
weird shit ensues. The
It involves
scene at-
water.
the scene
Oh
at
my
the
God.
end was dumb as fuck. It is the dumbest scene in that show, hands down.
Oh, I
Like,
loved it because I'm shipping them so hard.
I want to talk. I want to talk about it, but I want you guys to watch it
yeah.
with like an with just a clear conscience and just watch that scene. It's the episode. Like I don't know what episode it is. It's like very at the beginning because it only has like 12 episodes.
Wait, which episode are we talking about?
The one where him and Psycho get separated from the group.
That's actually not towards the beginning.
That's towards the end.
That is, I want to. That
It
is.
only
That
has
is.
12 episodes.
Yeah, but that's definitely before. That's definitely after the bath episode.
Well, I mean, like it's
So
like,
that's after episode 6.
thought it was, like, in
so
the
it's after
first
the
half.
halfway point.
it's not in the first half.
No, because they get separated. I don't think it was after the compound. It's been like a couple years since I've
I haven't watched
the
the
show.
show in years.
So, there's the cinematography for this show is fucking amazing.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
It really is. It's a very gruesome show because of the zombies and stuff like that. Like,
Bruh, I just got one thing to say. Titty Matrix.
we don't talk about that. We don't talk about it.
That is one of the funniest
All right.
scenes I've ever
can't.
seen in a
It is the
show.
dumbest scene. Okay, you
I
know what?
can't.
You just reminded me. That is the dumbest scene in this show that I've ever seen.
Basically, he's sitting on top of his ex-girlfriend with a 50 caliber sniper rifle because she got pinned. So he's shooting this 50 caliber sniper rifle at these zombies that are coming at them. And old girl Psycho with her katana is fighting the zombies, and she literally does a Matrix move, and her boobs, independently of each other, dodge the bullet.
I do not remember that.
Ow.
It is insanely awesome.
It
Oh
is.
my
It is
God.
the
It's
dumbest.
dumb as
scene.
shit, but it is still awesome.
It's like when I watched the show, I kept wanting to like it so much and then shit like that happened. And I was just like,
Dude, it's so
I
Japanese.
lost all
Has
immersion.
to
You can't-
reevaluate life.
No, it's like when you're watching Kamikaze Girls and you're just like, this shit's weird as fuck. And then old boy comes out with a motherfucking pompadour that comes out his face 5 feet. It's
You
amazing.
might as well just watch Bobo at this point. God
For
damn it.
real though.
No,
like-
Bobobo got a golden afro, and I really don't like that.
I
fucking
love
shit.
his
Oh,
mustache.
Bobo.
Oh my god, like his hair is just. I'm like, oh my god.
There was like
no.
a different move every episode.
For real though.
They never use the same move twice.
I'm gonna reach you right now. That was not his mustache. That was his nose hairs.
Oh yeah, that was his
that
nose
was his
hairs.
nose hairs.
Oh,
That was his nose hairs.
That was his nose hairs.
That was too much.
I remember now, like.
Papa Rocks.
Oh my god.
The Don Papa Rocks.
Don.
Oh God, that was an amazing.
What was
Did they
his
ever
name? Like
fin-
it wasn't like jelly jiggler, jelly puppet, something
like,
like that. Like,
the Jiggler or
the
something
jiggler,
like that?
yeah, like the jelly jiggler. He was like,
Bobobo is like,
what type of crap was
It's such
that?
a weird. It's so like I remember when this show came on Toonami.
Oh my
I was like,
God.
I watched it
the
as a
fuck
kid.
is this?
Like, oh my god.
Like I watched that show as a kid, and I was like, this is too dumb for me.
Somebody would die, and then then the next thing you know, they're like, oh dang, blah 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 has died, and then they be eating a picnic, and then they come back, they be like, oh, you have any more leftovers? And I'm like, but you just died like 5 seconds ago.
I think the funniest thing is like the bosses in that show try to take that show so seriously,
yes.
and Bobo
That's-
just wasn't having that.
That's
No.
He's like, he fucking shows up with his golden afro, tagging people with his nose hairs, fucking cross dressing.
He was though. Like,
I just-
why would you
I-
trim your nose
it
hairs
was-
though? Like
it was
that's
like-
just excessive. Like
But yeah, like,
Oh my God, so good. But if you ever watch High School of the Dead, just try to step sideways past the bullshit.
I gotta ask.
no,
a
like the
question.
first episode really gets me because the old dude who's fucking the nerdy fat kid with glasses starts taking out zombies with a fucking nail gun.
Oh God,
What?
yes.
It's
that part.
insane.
The first
awesome.
episode's lit as fuck.
That was great.
Dude.
Oh my
and
God.
like when the group actually gets together, that's when the harem bullshit starts happening,
Yeah,
and then
yeah,
it's
yeah.
just
Bro, you don't like the bath episode
no.
where old girl Psycho's just cooking in just
so
an
out
apron?
of place. It's
Oh
so
my
out of
God.
place.
I just-
There's shit in that. There's shit in that scene.
sure.
You know what?
There's a beach episode OVA.
No,
Yeah,
no,
there's
we're
a-
gonna.
There's a lot of High School of the Dead I just blocked out of my mind. I just.
Are you ever gonna watch this show?
Probably not.
All right, we
like
gonna wait.
You have to watch it. You have to watch it
Yeah,
with
I
someone
had-
else.
I had a question. It was back to Bobo. I thought about the nose hairs, and then I thought of this episode of SpongeBob where Patrick
What?
like grabbed SpongeBob with his armpit hairs, and I was wondering
wait,
which
what?
is worse,
I don't
like
even
being
remember
grabbed
that.
by nose
Yeah.
hairs or like armpit hairs. Like,
Well, I'm gonna just say
I feel like
both
if somebody
are awful.
grabbed me by my nose hairs, like first of all, they too close for comfort anyway. I feel like you can get away with the arm hair, like got your bitch, and like you start like pulling or something. Like if you're like in my face, and, like first of all, my finger's too big to even fit up my nose.
Oh my god.
So like I'm gonna get 2 of them up there to grab. Oh no, that sounds like a bad time waiting to happen.
Mhm.
Oh man.
They just need to shave. Like that.
They
That's
just
my
need to shave.
consistent.
But
like, no.
freaking all right.
I do
so
not remember that.
the
though.
dumbest scene. I keep jumping back to the show. The dumbest scene in that show,
Uh-huh.
besides the 50 caliber scene,
Yeah.
is the part where they're at this temple. And old girl with the samurai thing, I can't remember what her whole big deal was, but like I think it had something to do with
No, she killed someone when she was younger.
yeah, she killed somebody, and she
Oh,
was always
dang.
sad about that, and she didn't like fighting or something like that. It was
Mhm.
something like that. Old dude grabs her by the boobs and just like literally just grabs her and just starts
What?
going like, you can do this, you can win, and like just doing like this hyping up and just squeezing the shit out of her boobs. And then she goes, you're right, I can do this.
my
And it
God.
goes on one of the most coolest killing sprees I ever seen if the scene before wasn't so dumb.
Actually,
dumb.
I actually don't remember that scene.
Go back and watch it.
I
It's-
remember when after they kill all the zombies and they go into the temple, and then it is heavily implied that they have sex. It is heavily implied.
Go
because-
back and watch
because
it.
they don't come out till the next day.
Go back and watch
Yeah,
it.
you ain't nobody gonna stay in the temple all night.
Go
like-
back and watch that scene. I paused the show and went outside and did other shit with my life because I was so done with that episode. I was so mad. I was like,
mean-
this makes no goddamn sense.
I
And I
am-
just left.
Dang.
I'm the wrong person to talk to because anytime sex or like sexual activity is involved in an anime and it is done, not tastefully, but if it's done and it's not overly done, because like
Yeah.
High School DxD, that's too fucking far.
Oh.
That's almost hentai.
Almost.
Almost.
Almost. Okay.
Almost.
No, there's no penetration, so it's not hentai.
What? Okay.
I can't.
I think the main point is, regardless of if it's you okay, John?
No, because it's
I'm
like
good.
there's a show that everyone on the internet hates called School Days, and I'm one of the few people who enjoys it because I don't take it fucking seriously. It's a show based off of a visual game by a visual novel, and the whole premise is boring protagonist has sex with every girl in school. That is the
Dang.
premise.
Gigolo.
I think it is hilarious because there's a guy on YouTube. His name is Gig UK, or Gigok, whatever, and he does a video on School Days, and it's hilarious. And he's like, the best way for me to explain how School Days works is with a math problem.
Oh wow.
So it's basically like girl 1, girl 2, girl 3, girls 4, 5, and 6, because there is a foursome in this show.
What is this, like a
How?
What is this, a summation of?
How?
Because basically, old girls come up to his house and they're like, the girls are talking to themselves, and then he opens the door. He's like, "We gonna do this or not?" And
What the fuck?
yeah, dude, he is an asshole.
All right, women, strip.
He's an asshole.
No.
He's like, "We gonna
I
do
got
this?"
shit to do.
He's like, "We gonna do this or not?" And she's just like, and they're just like, one of the girls is hesitant, and she's like, "I don't know about this, guys. I have a girl. I have a boyfriend."
Too
Why
bad.
she there though?
Too bad.
Hey, you only live once, am I right? Am I right?
YOLO. YOLO.
And then one of her friends goes, "So what? I have a math test tomorrow." What the fuck does that have to do with
has
anything?
nothing to do with I have a boyfriend. I got geology in the morning. Who gives a shit?
Oh, she needs encouragement. That's what it is. Like,
Old girl goes, "What does that have to do with anything?" "Oh, I'm sorry. I thought we were just naming things we could cheat on." That is an actual line from that show.
That is savage as
Oh my
fuck.
gosh.
That is.
That's too much.
Yes.
Somebody put the savage icon blinking in the corner.
Oh my god.
Like
Yo, this girl just ended that other girl's whole
And then-
career.
and then-
Oh my god.
And do you care if I spoil the ending of this fucking show? You're
I
probably
do
never
it.
gonna
Like,
watch.
I'm not watching
Do
it,
it.
so.
Do
No, I'm
it.
not gonna watch it.
All right. Anyone watching who may or may not want to watch School
Spoiler
Days?
alert.
Cover your
Spoilers.
ears.
Spoiler alert. We'll put an
Spoilers.
annotation to skip. No, we won't.
Okay.
Nah.
Okay. So basically, the show is built to make you hate the protagonist.
Okay.
Guess what happens to the protagonist?
Does he die?
One of the girls who tells him that she's pregnant murders the fuck out of him.
No way.
She stabs him multiple times
Why?
because he left her for the very first girl who has already lost her mind at this point, because he started dating her and then he started fucking around with ladies, with other girls, and he never broke up with her. He just ignored her.
So he
Oh,
just
wow.
started banging the whole school while
Yes.
still dating this girl?
Yes, but here's the thing. The rest of the school thinks he's dating someone else.
Oh.
He never officially broke up with the other girl though. So
Dang.
when this girl comes up and he's like, "I'm pregnant," asshole main character just goes, "Fuck that," goes with the other chick, and then like he tells her to like get out of his apartment, and like he turns around, she stabs him in the stomach, gets him on the ground, and then just starts hammering away with a fucking knife. Then it goes further because now girl 1 comes after girl 2 and fucking like tells her to meet her on the roof of the school.
There's too many.
The roof.
There's too many layers to this.
Yes.
Too much.
Yes,
too
yes,
many
yes.
layers to
Wait,
this.
wait, and then she gets up there. There's a duffel bag sitting on the roof on the bench up there,
Oh, no.
and she opens it,
Oh, no.
and she goes like, "Oh my fucking god!"
Oh, no.
Because main character's head is in the bag.
Oh no.
Oh my
What?
And then she turns around, and then girl 1 proceeds to murder her for killing the dude, and then she cuts her open to prove she's not pregnant.
Whoa! All right. All right.
No.
Yeah.
So thank you for joining the animation podcast, everybody.
And basically it just ends with like her like cradling his severed head as she like gets on her father's boat into the sunset. That is the end of the show. It is the most satisfying end to a character ever.
Oh my gosh, like all she had to do was take him to court for child support. She didn't have to kill him. Like literally public service announcement. You get pregnant, just take him to court for child support.
This
Like,
show,
that's all you
this
had to
show, if you've ever played like a dating simulator, there's something called a bad ending. That is what this was meant to be. It is meant to personify what a bad ending would look like in a game.
This is too much.
That was.
This is too much. I can't handle this.
My brain just wow.
This is a, and here's the thing. This is only a 12 episode show.
12 episodes.
You know what was 12 episodes but didn't have savagery in it?
What?
Air. You know what else had 12 episodes and didn't have this in it? Angel Beats. Air made me sad as fuck. I didn't expect it. Everybody was like, "Oh, it's such a sad show," and then I watched it and I was like, "This show ain't that sad." And then I got to the ending and I was like, "Jesus Christ, why? Why?" Like it just like it goes from like nice like slice of life show, and then it just drops a bombshell on you, and it's just like that's life. And I'm like, "Oh, okay."
I love slice of life shows, man. Like
I'm not a big fan of them. People were trying to get me to watch Clanad because you guys know what Clanad is. Apparently, it's like a slice of life show that's super fucking sad. And there was this moment in my life when I'm like, I'm super into sad shows right now.
Yeah.
So I watched Air and I was like, fuck. And then I watched Angel Beats and I was like, fuck.
If you think of those are sad, Clanad, you ain't ready.
It's the second season that's really messed up, isn't it?
Ooh.
When they become adults or something like that.
The second half of it, yeah. And then there's a movie that ruins it all.
Oh well, I won't watch that movie then.
Yeah.
But yeah, I heard that show was sad. But what was I saying before you started talking about brutally murdering pregnant people?
Dang.
It was a topic.
Oh no! It's implied that she wasn't actually pregnant.
Oh, so she's just a psycho
so
bitch.
She lied.
Yeah.
Dang. Don't lie. You might
I probably
die.
should have said that.
Don't lie, you might die.
So people didn't get triggered. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
But honestly, regardless if it's animation, video game, any type of entertainment and medium, as long as things are handled in a tasteful or graceful manner, or just like it's just not like this. As long as it's not like something that's straight out of like some type of porno movie.
Yeah.
Or like it's just like
tasteful. We just talked about High School of the Dead in School Days.
no, but I'm just saying like for example, like what is a show that dealt with its relation like because we were talking about sex scenes and like what was a show that did it really good?
There's a show. I know a show. It's called White Album 2. White Album 2 is actually it's a short 12 episode show.
Parasite did it very well.
Oh, Parasite. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, Parasite did it very well.
Yeah.
Cause it's like I don't mind stuff being in it. I'm not trying to be like, oh, I can't have fun. Like,
Yeah.
High School of the Dead, it was a fun show. It was not like for my demographic, but it was a fun show, and I wouldn't want it like not being there. But I just wasn't into it because of all the ridiculousness in it.
That
But
makes
somebody
sense.
else would be into it,
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
I'm more into like shit like like
Wait,
Parasite, where like they had a relationship and like
Yeah.
there's sex happening into it, but it wasn't just like crazy or whatever.
Yeah.
Bro, you just go like, yo, I'm not really into like ridiculous shit. After we finished recording Roundup, you straight up before we even left the building, you were showing West Kill La Kill.
I'm talking
Oh,
about
Kill la Kill was a
It's a-
good show, though. I'm
It's
sorry.
a fucking Gynax show.
was an amazing show. I'm talking about
It's still a weird as fuck show.
mean, yeah, it's weird, but, like-
She fights other superpowered uniform wearing motherfuckers in a thong.
Yeah, I was like, the heck?
they
like,
explain it. They explain
I
it.
mean,
It's
You getting upset with me
it's a hand
about
fist-
talking about murder,
I'm
which is
not
a normal
upset.
thing.
I'm not upset.
Murder is a normal thing.
It is.
Like,
It happens every fucking day.
You
Listen.
got a point there.
No, I'm not.
Alright,
That's not like my point. Like I'm having a hard time articulating in it. But I guess. All right. So I think this is the best way I can explain it. I did not like High School of the Dead because it seemed like a very grounded and very cool show that had a cool story that just had this silliness going on to it.
I'm sorry. I
And-
don't.
And I did not like that.
The
But-
first scene where they're running across the roof, and then she gets pinned against a wall with her little spear, and her boobs jiggle like a motherfucker. That is the first scene of the fucking show.
But there is a show, I can't remember what it's called, but it has this long-ass title, and it's basically like a sexually oppressed Japan, and this girl's trying to liberate everybody.
Oh, I know this one.
It's called like
Fucking-
Shinomoto or something.
Shimonetta.
Yeah.
Oh,
that
dang.
show knows exactly what it's trying to be.
That shit is
Yeah,
that show is
and
hilarious.
I don't fault it for it because it's
Yeah.
hilarious. But High School of
They're
the
trying
Dead,
to
it was
figure
just
out.
like,
Oh man.
I don't know. It seemed like,
It's
oh
great.
man, gritty zombie movie. I'm into it, and it's just it. I don't know. Maybe the moral of this, I'm just tired of harem shit. Maybe that's it.
You're
I
just
get
tired of big bootied, big tittied bitches? That's all
Yes.
you're upset with that?
Yes.
He said he got standards. Like
I got a standard.
Okay, here's the thing. There's a time and place for them. Like right now, I'm watching a lot of slice of life shows.
There we go. There's a time and place for everything.
So right now, I'm watching a show called Scum's Wish, and god damn, this show's really good. Like it's really fucking good. It's only 3 episodes in, and it's dealing with this whole unrequited love and teenagers exploring their sexuality. It is a very well written show.
See, that sounds like a
wow.
cool show.
It is well written as fuck.
Like I've noticed my trend of shows have been going more to like, I don't want to say like realistic is the term, but I guess a show that takes itself more serious. Like Tokyo Ghoul, for example, like it's an out of the ballpark show. Like nothing
still-
in there is realistic, but it takes itself seriously.
yeah.
I mean, not everything can be Dragon Ball Z.
No, I
So-
love Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah.
No, don't get me
My
wrong. I fucking
life,
love
So-
Dragon Ball Z.
childhood.
But that's like the shows that I've noticed that I've been getting geared towards. Because, like, let's say High School of the Dead, that show wasn't for me. I thought it was a great show, but that show wasn't for me. Parasite the Maximum, love that show. Tokyo Ghoul, love that show.
And then for me, Tokyo Ghoul and Parasite didn't really do it for me.
Yeah.
I got you.
See?
Yeah.
Early on in those shows, yes. In their second halves, no.
So, like, I like all these shows. It's just I feel like some things feel out of... The best way I can explain it is with the second watch. I feel like this is my third time saying the best time for me to explain. Like,
Probably
uh,
is.
Watch Dogs 2.
We'll have a counter.
The main character and the group of people in that game, they kill people.
Yeah.
It does not make sense why they kill people. The whole point of the second game was that, these are kids, like, they're hackers and whatever, and they're trying to hack stuff. And, it's very
Yeah.
colorful and very energetic. It's like this young youth type thing. Like,
Yeah,
obviously, they're
yeah.
getting into mischief, but, like, you don't expect them to be killers.
Yeah, you don't expect them to be
Oh.
pulling out those fucking AK-47s.
Yeah,
Ah,
but you
dang.
can kill people in the game, and
Yeah,
it doesn't
yeah.
make sense. If it was like a thief game or something like that, where it's like you had like a bunch of non-lethal options to do
Mm-hmm.
it, and like you had like a bunch of stuff geared around that, like you're still doing the same stuff, but like you're not killing people, that would make sense. But like,
Yeah.
I want to play this game, but it just throws me off that the character kills people because that doesn't fit what's going on in this universe. Whereas in the first game, Aiden was a very shady ass dude
Yeah.
that did very shady ass shit. So it makes sense why he could kill people and that would be okay.
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
still weird in the first game, but because of his character and what was going on, because Watch Dogs 1 was more darker than Watch Dogs 2, because Watch Dogs 2 is very lighthearted. And the fact that people die in it makes no sense. I mean,
Yeah.
not people die, but you can kill people, makes no sense. But Aiden killing people makes sense.
Well, he's
Gotcha.
like, Aiden's a really bad character.
No, that's what I'm saying.
but-
Like, he's a shady dude.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it makes sense why Aiden would kill people. It doesn't make sense why these group of kids that are just
doing
doing
shit.
shit
Yeah.
would kill people, but they do, and it destroys their character for me. It doesn't make sense. And like going back to High School of the Dead, I thought it was a really cool thing. Then they introduced this harem aspect into it, and I was like, I don't want another harem show. I want this cool zombie show. And then like
My thing was that, like, I hear that, and I'm just like, but it was a harem show from day one. From
it,
episode 1.
it didn't show itself like that. Like, it seemed more fan servicey, which I can forgive. But it didn't really show off its haremness until everybody got together.
Till
and
episode
it-
6, when they're in the when they're all in the teacher's friend's house. Where they
Yeah,
get
the
all
bathtub
guns.
scene kind of sealed it. Where it was just like, all right, so this is what this show is.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, I don't know. I feel like certain things belong certain places and certain things don't. I'm not saying getting rid of them. It's just wasn't for me.
See, I watch a ton of shit. So, by the way,
Why are we supposed to be talking about
yeah,
best games
our
for
topic
2016?
kind of went to shit. But you know what? Fuck it.
Yeah.
This is far more interesting.
Oh my
Um,
gosh. Yes.
So I'm a big slice of life fan. You hear me talking about all this gruesome ass shit and all these titties and shit. I don't actually watch that shit all the time. There are shows that I watch that I've seen that I fucking adore, and they're just slice of life romantic shows or romantic comedies. There's Amagami SS. There's White Album 2. White Album, the first one was a piece of shit. It was really long. There was too much in it. It was boring as fuck. Then you have shows like this year, talking about my favorite movie of this year was a movie called Kimi ni no wa. Let me just make sure I'm saying that right.
I never thought I would like Madoka Magica, but I did.
Yeah, Kimi no na wa,
That show threw
which
me.
is in English Your Name. It is made by a guy who made a show. He's made several things like 5 centimeters. He made
5 centimeters per second.
yeah
That's
5
good.
centimeters per second.
Oh, dang,
He
that sounds
made
good.
he made The Garden of Words. This dude, when it comes to animation, no one can touch him.
Wow.
He makes some of the prettiest things, and what he does with
Studio
water,
Gilby would like to have a word with you.
they call him the next Miyazaki. His animation is so good. His animation makes Ghibli's look like second rate. I'm not joking. The way he does Rain makes it look real.
No, I've seen that Rain animation because it was on Reddit.
It
Everybody
looks
was talking about
real.
it. It looks really good. It's
Dang.
scary how good it looks.
It is by far like the Garden of Words.
Spirited Away will always be my favorite movie.
Garden of Words is a 45-minute video, and let me tell you something. Your Name is so well written. It takes something that we've seen before and does it in a different way.
Yeah.
And does it in a different way where you can see the characters in this situation. The animation's very well done, and it is the highest grossing anime film of all time. And it came out last
I
year.
thought Spirited Away was.
It surpassed it.
It surpassed Spirited Away? Oh,
Oh,
you know what?
dang.
They
This
were talking
movie is
about that on
so
Reddit. They were
fucking
talking about that
good.
on Reddit. What's it called? Your Name?
Your Name.
Yeah, they were saying like how it was only out for like a few like weeks or so, and like it was getting close to beating Spirited Away.
Yeah, it's beaten Spirit Away. It has so many awards. And for me, Spirit Away isn't even my favorite Miyazaki film. It's not my favorite Studio Ghibli film.
I
It is a good film, but again, it's Japanese Alice in Wonderland. That's what Spirit Away essentially is.
to a degree, yeah.
And I might get a lot of people hating me for saying that, but that's essentially what it is. I'm a big Studio Ghibli fan, like most anime fans. I am a huge fan of my favorite Ghibli film by far is Grave of the Fireflies, which is a depressing ass movie. It takes place during World War II. 2 kids trying to survive in Japan. Their father was in the Navy and he died. Their mother died in a firebombing, and this isn't even a spoiler because the movie opens up like this.
Yeah.
Both kids die.
Dang.
Yeah, it starts with the main character dead,
Wow,
and it
kinda-
flashes
yeah.
back. So it is a really well done movie, and it came out in like the 80s.
You
And
said
it's
Grave of the Fireflies?
Grave of the Fireflies, and it is still very pretty. It is up there for me in like my favorite anime movies. It's up there with Ghost in the Shell. It's up there with Akira, and Your Name, which came out this year because I saw Your Name. It showed up on my queue randomly on one of my websites I watch anime on, and I was like, "Oh, this synopsis sounds really good." So I sat down and I watched it. It was the middle of the night, and I'm sitting there. I'm just like, I'm freaking out the entire time this movie is going
Oh dang! Wow.
because I'm like, this is so fucking pretty. I like, and it's a love story, and it's doing this thing with, basically, have you seen the movie Freaky Friday,
Yes. Yes.
where a mother and a daughter switch bodies?
Uh huh.
Imagine someone building a love story around a young boy and a young girl
Okay.
switching bodies periodically.
What? That's weird. How?
They basically it's something to do with like an asteroid or something. But that's not the important part. Basically, they start switching bodies. They start leaving messages for each other. They start to remember, and it also adds on to it because the girl lives in like rural Japan, and the boy lives in Tokyo. And so when they switch bodies, they have to live each other's lives. So they get to learn more and more about each other.
Yeah.
It's a really well done show. And then they throw like time involved in it, but it's done in a way where it's not fucking confusing. Like, if you sit down and watch this movie, you'll understand. It's really fucking good.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to check that out. I remember because a lot of people were talking about it online, and I was just like, "Well, what is this movie? I never heard of it." And like going back just a little bit before, they were like, "Yeah, this movie's about to pass Spirited Away. Like, this is a pretty big deal." And I was like, "What, really?" And I was like, "Cause
It's won so many awards.
because like to me, Spirited Away is like up here.
It's a
to me.
masterclass.
Like
Yeah.
I love Spirited Away. I remember when it came on Cartoon Network, and I was a kid, and I watched it, and I was just so engrossed by it. And I remember recently, I mean, this has nothing to do with it, but I remember recently how they were talking about in the English version, because there's like a lot of Japanese symbolism and stuff like that. There's like a lot of points in the movie where in Japanese it was just quiet,
Yeah.
and in the English they added like people talking and like explaining things to help the English audience understand what they were seeing and what was going on. And it was done in
Disney.
like a very natural way where like it wasn't cumbersome. Like, oh, what is this plot? Let me explain this plot to you. Like, and like it just blew me away how just well done this movie was.
Yeah, because Disney distributes these movies, so they know what they're fucking doing.
I will say that an interesting anime. I know a lot of people got into One Punch Man. Like, even though like the manga had already like been out years prior in Japan and whatnot, I know over here when they finally started doing the anime for One Punch Man, it was very interesting because you kind of think of the idea of you can punch somebody and you can kill them instantly. But then it's also like you can't fight anybody. Like, you can't have an awesome fight scene where you're battling it out, you're punching each other, you're kicking each other. You just kill somebody with the punch. And then it's kind of like it's cool, but then it's dull at the same time. Like, that's kind of
One
the
Punch
interesting
Man
thing.
is a parody.
Yeah.
One Punch Man is a parody of shonen anime. Basically of, like, Dragon Ball Z and shit.
Yeah.
Like, that's made very apparent in the first episode when, like, Vaccine Man, or Virus Man, the first dude he fights, looks like fucking Piccolo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it was.
So it's essentially like he's so powerful that nothing can touch him, and it's meant to be this. It's a running gag through the whole show. I love One Punch Man. I knew about it beforehand because my friend Bob, he is a
What's up, Bob?
yeah. Sup, Bob?
What's up, Bob?
He's a
Man, go get off your phone, damn it.
We're supposed to be saying what's up to Bob.
Say some shit,
Who's
man.
Bob? Okay,
Bob.
what's up?
He
What's
ain't
up?
even paid attention for the past 30
you
minutes.
just
Look
hurt
at
Bob's feelings. Like, he's
Totally.
listening to this right now thinking, dang.
Nah, he probably won't listen to this. But
Nah.
basically, I knew about One Punch Man because he was super hyped for it because he had read the original manga, the really bad webcomic. Badly drawn, I mean, not badly written.
No,
it's very well
greatly
written.
It's
Yeah.
ass. It's ass.
Oh, yeah.
And he's just like, it's like, dude, I'm so hyped for this show. And then as soon as like that fucking intro music comes on, it's like, One Punch! This shit's awesome.
The best explanation of I think why people love One Punch Man so much. I saw a YouTube video of it. I can't give the person credit, and I don't remember exactly what it says, but I remember a good deal of it. Basically, in the YouTube video, they're kind of explaining why One Punch Man was so popular. Like, everybody knows it's a parody, and they were just like, okay, a character that beats everything in one punch, that's kind of boring, isn't it? But, like, that's not what it's about. It's not about Saitama. The best example he gave of this, when it was Moomin Rider versus
The Sea King.
The Sea King. That is the best arc in that show by none, because it's just like the fact, like the Sea King comes and he's immediately wrecking everybody's shit, and just nobody can stand up to him. Nobody can, like, even like the top class superheroes are just getting beaten down by the Sea King. And in the back of our minds, we're thinking, like, Saitama's gonna come any second now and he's gonna beat him, and we know Saitama's gonna come and he's gonna beat him. But the fact that like Moomin Rider, like, he is a C-class hero in the thing, and he goes and fights the Sea King, and he gives like this big speech, he's like, I know I can't beat you, but I have to stand up for what's right, like, I can't just let you destroy these people, even if I know I can't do it. And like he goes and proceeds to fight the Sea King. Like the Sea King himself, he's just looking at him like, you know, even like the way he's postured, like when he gets with the Moomin Rider, it's like very just defeated and just bored, and he just plays with the Moomin Rider.
Yeah, he's like doing the shit.
Yeah, like he's just playing with him and not even
Yeah.
like the aggression, like his art style was vastly different when he was fighting these guys, like, and nobody could beat him. And like Saitama comes, he finally comes and he beats him, and everybody's happy. But then you have this guy screaming in the background, like, you know, Saitama ain't a real hero. He's all that. He's faked. Everybody else hyped him up. And, like, you know, everybody worked on the Sea King more. And, like, you know, they're the real heroes. He's just a C-rate hero. And what the end of it, Saitama goes, yeah, you're right. They softened him up. I just finished him. I'm not a good hero. My bad. And you were thinking, like, you know, he's the dude. Why would he do this?
Yeah.
And it's because, like, it's not about him. Saitama knows he can beat all these dudes in one punch and no problem, and he doesn't care. But the whole point of it, he wants the people to keep their hopes up in these people who aren't him, and to help them strive for something better, and help to pretty much help them, like, you know, believe in something.
Yeah.
I think
that
I know
makes
exactly
sense.
what.
Yeah,
what-
you
I know what video you're talking about too.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
think you know what video I'm talking about?
I think you're talking about Mother's Basement video.
Yeah, and he was just going over like that scene and just breaking it down. Like it's like after I watched that video, it like it clicked in my head how important that scene is, because it's just like One Punch Man is not about Saitama.
It's not.
Really not, because we all know at the end of every fight, Saitama's going to show up and he's going to beat the dude in one punch.
Yeah.
And that's the end of it. We all know that's going to happen, but it's not about him. It's about everything going on before he gets to him, and the development of those characters and how they progress and how like the public sees them and believes in them before Saitama comes up. Yeah. And that's why I think One Punch Man is probably my favorite show of 2016, which was the topic we were supposed to be talking about.
Yo, what happened to that?
Yeah.
One Punch Man came out in 2015.
Details.
Details.
So, John, would you like to add anything to this conversation?
I don't know. Like, the last anime I watched was either Kill la Kill or Space Dandy. Like, I don't. It was like at least a few years ago.
Oh, man.
2014. I haven't had. Hasn't really like been anything like really caught my attention these last few years.
What about your favorite cartoon?
Yo, Dragon Ball Super like coming out?
Oh yeah, Dragon Ball Super is coming out. It's gonna be sick. I hope. Like
No, it's already out. It's been out.
You know,
Oh, yeah,
you don't
it's
have a
out. Dang, I'm
cartoon,
late.
John? No favorite cartoon?
Of last year?
Yeah.
Well, like the only cartoon I watched, the only new cartoon I watched last year was like Peanuts, and like it's on Boomerang, and they basically like animated like all the Peanuts comic strips. So like, and like the animation, like it's actually like not that bad. Like they did it in France, but like Boomerang started showing it here, and like, you know, like I put it on whenever like there's nothing else on TV, and you know, like it's really entertaining. Like, you know, I loved reading the Peanuts comic strips as a kid, so, you know, like seeing like all these like storylines like come to life, you know, it's been interesting.
If they made a Kelvin and Hobbes cartoon,
Oh my God, I would watch that.
Lose
I would.
my shit.
Dude, I'm waiting for that crossover episode.
Of Kelvin and Hobbes and the Peanuts?
Right?
Do they still make Kelvin and Hobbes comics?
Actually,
It
you'll
stopped
be
like 20 years ago. Like it's.
Yeah, I think I have like all his comics.
Yeah, I have, like, all the
actually. You know,
collections,
be
like,
a
it's-
you know, be a
it's- I like-
sick crossover
What?
between Calvin and Hobbes.
What?
Calvin and Hobbes and Winnie the Pooh.
What?
No, because you think about it, Calvin and Hobbes. Which one is the tiger? Hobbes.
Hobbes is the tiger.
Hobbes, he's a stuffed animal.
Mm-hmm.
He's a figment of Calvin's imagination. In Winnie the Pooh, all the little stuffed animals in Winnie the Pooh
they
are the
exist in a
exact
storybook.
same thing.
Yeah, they exist in a storybook. They're not
They
real.
they exist within Christopher Robin's mind. So that show crossing over would make a shit ton of sense.
Never thought of it that way.
Wow.
You know what I'm waiting for?
What?
Adventure Time and Bravest Warriors crossover.
Oh my gosh, yo, if they did like.
That's probably never gonna
That'd be
happen.
cool.
I would love that. Oh man, Bravest Warriors has come out with a new season. And I haven't watched it yet.
I haven't watched Bravest Warriors in season 1. I'm messing up my life. I don't know what I'm doing.
I need to sit down and rewatch it. If anyone listening to this does not know what Bravest Warriors is,
Catbugs, goat.
Bravest Warriors is essentially it's made by the same guy who made Adventure Time, and it is Adventure Time for adults.
Essentially, yeah.
Yeah.
That's all it is. It's And it's
And Adventure Time is already kind of for adults.
It really is though.
I would
like-
say it's more for like teenagers.
No, it's a very,
Adults can enjoy it,
Like,
but
I'm-
it's not
Yeah.
for them.
Speaking of Adventure Time, I got so mad when it was like less adventure because like he was dating the Flame Princess at one point, and then he was like, "Oh, but I really love Princess Bubblegum," and he gonna leave Flame.
I'm about to
Princess
say, don't you?
Bubblegum.
Are
Flame
you about-
Princess dumped his ass.
Oh yeah,
I'm about to
because
say-
he still had feelings for somebody who didn't even like him like that. Like
Freaking-
that was
Are
dumb.
you about to diss my girl Flame Princess? You
No,
just stop.
no, she's a beast. Like no, she's
I love
cool.
Flame
But-
Princess.
But,
Princess
like
is
Princess
goat.
Bubblegum, like all she does is stay in a science lab. She don't want to be involved with nobody.
Princess
and for whatever
Bubblegum's
reason, Finn
gay
wants
anyway,
that.
so
And also, Princess Bubblegum is implied to. Princess Bubblegum is in her 20s, but she's implied to be like 1,000-something years old.
Yeah,
so I
and
don't
I'm
know
just
what the
like,
fuck's going on
man,
there.
Like she's on fire.
I mean to be fair, wouldn't be the first time like a child ended up with a 1,000-year-old person.
Twilight.
oh yeah.
We don't talk about that. We don't
X-Men.
talk about
yeah.
that.
X-Men.
Oh, yeah, X-Men. We don't talk about that.
X-Men, Yeah.
When I learned about that, I was
Wolverine
like,
and
Wolverine.
Squirrel Girl.
We
I
don't
was
talk
like,
about
what the
that.
heck?
We
Like,
don't
why?
talk about that.
And let's not even forget about we can't forget about Rogue. That happened too.
my
Oh yeah, that
I
happened in the
remember
movie.
that.
Like I forget about that too. Rogue was like a teenager
She
in that
really
movie.
was though, and I was like, what?
and Wolverine's
Like,
immortal. He's been around for at least the
really
Civil
is.
War.
Dude, honestly,
At
I think what
least.
they did with these cartoons and these comics is they took like this Edgar Allan Poe type shit and accelerated it like tenfold. Like that's really what happened.
I love Edgar Allan Poe. But yeah, okay, but like incest and a lot of these things, like a lot of popular
Did you
shows.
just throw out incest
Oh my
casually?
God.
I was hoping I didn't hear that.
Not
right,
the
but-
I word.
What? There's nothing wrong with saying that word.
Incest.
Okay.
Oh my
Alright,
God.
that's-
Like,
No,
Incest.
no.
wow.
Game of Thrones has it.
I mean, yeah.
There's a
but-
new show out right now
Dang.
called Taboo. Who has it?
Fuck Cersei Lannister.
Oh my
Fuck
God.
that bitch.
Like there are a lot of popular shows that just have it,
Incest.
And
I've been triggered. Like,
and no one fucking like dwells on it. It's just a thing that happens.
Incest.
like
Bro, it's just a word.
so many fish in the sea, and yet you choose to be with the one that's in your family. Like, oh
I mean,
my God.
Shit was different in the 1800s.
Incest.
I've noticed.
Okay.
But yeah, Edgar Allan Poe. That's don't blame me. She brought up Edgar Allan Poe.
Wait, didn't he only marry
sorry.
his cousin to save her or some shit like
It
that?
was something like
No.
a theory. But I don't know.
Oh.
No. If I remember correctly, like they were like messing with him because like, oh, like he fucked his cousin, but it was like he didn't really like marry his cousin for the sake of marrying his cousin. He did it to like
Yeah.
save her
Correction.
from something.
It could have been.
Correction. His 14-year-old cousin.
Oh yes.
Yeah, he did it to
Yeah.
save her from something. I
Oh
can't
yeah, it
remember
was
what.
something like she was in trouble or something. No, she needed financial support. I think she might have been like an orphan or something like that. She needed financial stability because she couldn't afford to be out on her own or some junk.
Yeah,
so
it
he
was
married her
it
for
was
that.
something that
Yeah.
happened, and he married his cousin, so that
But
way
that didn't
she
stop
wouldn't be
him
in
from
trouble.
sleeping with her though. He could have had
Wait, so
women
did he?
on the
So
side.
did he? Did he fuck his cousin?
Like there's
We
no
don't.
proof.
To be
but,
fair,
like,
we don't even know. There's so much shit about Edgar Allan Poe we don't know.
notice
Edgar
how-
Allan Poe didn't even get popular till the fucking Southern Renaissance in like, the 1920s.
All his people died of tuberculosis. That's the scary part.
And like when she died, he kept making poems about young girls dying. So I feel like it wasn't just like, oh dang, my cousin died. It's like, oh dang, my bae died. Like
It was
the
many
eight-
and many a year
the
ago in this
1800s.
kingdom by the sea.
The 1800s, the South and the pedophiles' favorite fantasy.
we just went from
Bro,
anime to Alan
Bro,
Poe.
don't even forget. Like you're forgetting about one of the most famous serial killers from that time period as well,
Ooh, Jack the Ripper?
Jack the Ripper.
Oh fuck!
Oh, my God.
Like there's so much shit that happened in the 1800s. It's such an interesting time period for
Way
for
too
history.
much stuff happened in the 1800s.
But back like our topic went to fucking shit today, but I don't care. It,
Sorry.
My favorite show
It
of
went very well.
2016 was. I had something for this.
Oh,
Well,
mine. Ooh, when they regular show In Space, like when they went into outer
Oh.
space, that was pretty interesting.
Isn't
like,
regular show ending this year?
It's
it
over.
already
It's
ended.
over.
I
and
thought
that
it was ending
so
next.
sad.
Oh, it is
No,
next
it
year.
is.
No, it
Oh
It's
shit!
next year, people.
Yeah, man.
No, because I saw it on Reddit. They were saying regular show was ending, but that was last year.
Yeah.
And so I was like, regular show
Yeah,
was ending, but
if
they
you
said it
don't
would
know-
end
It's already
next
over.
Year. Yeah, it's over.
Yeah, it's
Adventure Time
2017.
ends next year.
It's
Adventure Time is-
2017. In case you forgot, it's 2017.
we were having like some that was a lot of last podcast. Last podcast was talking about how basically remakes and shitty shows are taking over really well done shows. Even if you're not a huge fan of Adventure Time, especially in its later years, or regular show, those shows did so much for Cartoon Network
It really
as a
did.
brand.
Those shows were the stepping stone to get Cartoon Network back on
Oh
the
my!
map.
Because for a while I stopped watching Cartoon Network.
Nobody
did
watched
too.
Cartoon Network
Look,
for a
and then
while.
when that came out, my little brothers, they were like, "Oh my gosh, regular show!" You remember they used to say regular show? It's anything but, and that's how I started
I
watching
don't even understand why people, like, kids should not have been able to understand regular show.
They really shouldn't.
You talking about a show that was meant for adults?
Yes.
Regular show was meant for adults.
Adventure
Yeah.
Time, regular show. Like the only kids show that I see on Cartoon Network, like that I can be like for kids, is Clarence.
Oh my god, I hate that shit.
Oh,
I mean,
Steven Universe.
Clarence is not for me,
I
but I
can't.
can understand why kids would like it.
Yeah.
Uncle Grandpa, on the other
His
hand,
ass.
is the worst piece of shit
No,
I have
my
ever
God.
seen, and it needs to be
Oh,
canceled.
It was
Yeah.
how you somebody's
I guess.
uncle and a grandpa. I'm still
don't-
trying to figure it out. And he was like, giant realistic flying tiger. And I'm just like, what is
The
this?
show was
Everybody's
shit,
uncle
the
and
character
everybody's
was shit, the
grandpa.
art was
His
shit.
fanny pack could talk. I'm like, it's like, what is that? Like,
It was not. This show was on. Is it still on?
I think so. Yeah, it is.
yeah.
It needs
oh
to
my
be
God.
canceled.
He
It
was
is
crashing
not-
in the buildings,
it
harassing
hasn't been
children.
picked up. It hasn't been picked up again.
So it's been
Oh.
canceled.
I
No.
hope
They're
No.
it hasn't been canceled yet, but they haven't picked it up. For
Leave
another
it
season.
alone.
Speaking of that,
To be canceled.
speaking of that, they moved Fairly Odd Parents to Nicktoons recently, which
Which means it's
over.
dead.
Yeah.
It's
Oh, that's
to
my
be
childhood.
fair, around the time when Poof showed up, that was a dying.
Oh
shit.
yeah, that was it. Like
I thought Fairly Odd Parents was already gone. I didn't know it was still
they
going.
Did
I didn't know it
Poof,
was still
and
going
then
either
they
until
gave
somebody told me.
Timmy a dog. They gave him a fairy dog. I said, "Oh,
Yeah.
this is done. Why you making a
Yeah.
fairy family? Like I ain't asked
Also,
for
I
that."
think they gave him another love interest.
Yeah,
as
they
well.
did Chloe. It's the latest season.
Who's
but
Chloe?
I don't know.
No, fuck Chloe.
Chloe?
Who's Chloe?
Who is Chloe?
Where's Trixie at?
Enlighten
know.
me,
Where
please.
is
tell
Trixie?
me.
Isn't Chloe?
Chloe blonde, ain't she?
Yeah,
Yeah.
she is.
I knew
She a
it.
blonde- Hey, bring my Asian goddess back. The first interracial relationship on
Like, for
cartoons.
real.
Let's go.
Timmy and Trixie was supposed to have Chloe. Oh
God,
my
I-
god.
They were supposed to make beautiful
I'm
mixed
done.
babies together.
I would love to do an entire episode on like one show in particular. Like I'd love to do a whole episode on Kim Possible.
Oh my gosh,
Like,
yes.
I'd love to do that.
Like,
Kim Possible was amazing.
that was my show. Like, oh my god.
Kim Possible had to sense the end. I don't see why Adventure Time. I mean, Fairly Odd Parents is still beating that dead horse.
Yeah, like
I
when
don't even
when
know.
did? Of course, that's Disney. Disney likes to end their shows properly sometimes.
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 And they just like randomly
Yeah.
end Girl Meets World. like even the creators, like we wanted to do another season, and Disney was like, nope, it's over.
Nickelodeon.
Disney was like that because they were like, it's not making any money.
Cartoon
Amazing.
Cartoon Network, like Disney is pretty good at ending their shows. Cartoon Network has a gray area where sometimes like
Yeah.
Adventure Time wasn't supposed to go on as long as it did.
Yeah.
And Cartoon Network wanted to go, and then Pendleton Ward was like, I want it to end, and Cartoon Network was like,
Cartoon
okay.
Cartoon Network has this thing. I wouldn't say that it's a gray area. Cartoon Network has shows that they protect because they make a lot of money through toy sales.
That makes sense.
Cartoon Network has this thing where they cancel shows way too soon.
Yeah,
Oh,
they did it
yeah.
with Young Justice. That was.
I
They-
was
Because they
so
couldn't sell
upset about
toys.
that.
No, it's not just
Yeah.
Young Justice. If you don't remember back in the day, they did it with fucking Batman Beyond.
Oh yeah. Speaking of selling toys and merchandise, because you're right about that. Like Adventure Time, that's like Hot Topic. I know like a lot of times they'd have like the little fin hats. I don't know what it is about like the fin hat, but Hot Topic sold so many fin hats. Like every time you in the mall, you walk by Hot Topic, there's at least 5 people up in there with fin hats. So I agree with you on
I
that.
mean, they still sell Invader Zim
Like-
merchandise at Hot Topic. Like, I mean,
yeah, and
Well,
Invader Zim been
that's
done.
just because now you're talking about nostalgic memorabilia. That's
Yeah.
a
Oh
different-
yeah, that's
And then plus
different.
everybody has this hard on for Invader Zim because it ended way too early.
Way
It
Yeah.
too
really
early.
And
did.
people were like,
You
know,
gypped us. It's the same thing with the original Teen Titans.
Yes.
Like for some reason, Cartoon Network, they like canceling shows really early, especially if they are DC Comics based.
I know, because remember they used to have like the DC universe
They-
in the Saturday morning.
Sometimes I
and, like,
wonder
they
why-
stopped that.
Sometimes-
No, think
I
of
wonder
it.
why
Like
they
I can name a couple shows that they've canceled early. Batman Beyond,
Yep.
Yeah.
Static Shock,
Oh my
Yep.
God, my childhood.
Teen Titans,
Yep.
Young Justice,
Tears.
Yep.
Green Lantern, the animated series.
That show was kind of bad.
I liked that show.
It was
I didn't.
The
I didn't.
blocky animated one?
I didn't like the CGI, but the
Yeah.
story was
Yeah, like the
good.
blocky CGI one?
Yeah.
I like
Yeah,
how
that
they,
show was kind of bad.
they
I like
utilized the
the
red
story.
lanterns and stuff. They showed more lanterns because everyone thinks it's just green, and
No.
then it's like,
No,
yo,
it's the
there's a
entire
rainbow
color-
spectrum.
It's the entire
of
color
lanterns
of the
people.
rainbow.
I love.
Like-
And it's weird because, like,
And
once
people-
you get past
In
the
Darkest
Green
Night
Lanterns,
is one of my
they get, like, so
favorite comics.
ambiguous. Like, they're not
do.
good or bad. It's just fucking weird.
Like
then
the
there's the
blue
Black
one.
Lantern that's
Oh
just
my
like, what the
God.
fuck?
Like they're death. Basically,
Black
if you
Lantern's
die,
Black
you
Lantern's
die.
death.
Yeah, I know.
That's all they are.
Literally, anybody who dies in the DC universe automatically becomes a Black Lantern, unless like
Oh my God.
like oh my God,
There were so many cool lanterns. Like, there's
I'm like, is the Green Lantern's the only good core? Like,
Yeah.
what the
no,
hell?
no.
Blue
the
aids
blue
them
core.
in hope. Yeah,
The blue
blue
core
is
is
like
good.
their companion, and then it's like you have the
Because yellow's
yeah.
anger.
No,
No, it's fear.
No, red's
It's
anger.
fear.
Red's
yeah,
anger.
Red is anger.
rage, yeah.
and
Orange
orange
is
is greed. That's why my favorite comic from Green Lantern is the Blackest Night story.
Yes, because they explained that so well, and then they came out with Brightest Day when they introduced the White Lanterns, which is life,
Yeah.
and so basically they resurrected certain Black Lanterns, and that
My
was the coolest
one
thing.
of the coolest things that I thought I ever saw in the comics was when they decided we're gonna take Scarecrow from Batman and make him a Yellow Lantern.
That's so smart. Oh my freaking gosh,
Wait,
I
so
can
how
see
did-
it now.
So
Whoa.
I was never a big Green Lantern fan. How do they decide who becomes a lantern or like
The,
what is it?
ring
the ring
chooses you.
chooses you.
It is like
Is there a finite amount of rings or?
yeah, because
you-
there's a
yeah.
crystal. Like there's
You
this
can-
big green crystal.
They can be made.
that's-
You can make a crystal.
Yeah.
Isn't the yellow one like really hard to control or something like that?
Yes, it is
Yeah,
very
it's
hard. to
fear.
control. So unless
very
you're like
hard to control
Sinestro,
fear.
when you're like all about fear and yada yada yada, you know.
That's why Scarecrow, so a character who embodies fear and uses fear as a weapon, becoming a fucking Yellow Lantern
It's the scariest thing.
is so fucking
I think
cool.
Scarecrow's probably my favorite Batman villain.
Oh my gosh.
Mine's good old Joker. I'm a big fan of Joker.
Well, see,
I love
my
to
thing
see
is, I mean, I didn't want to jump the Green Lantern thing, but I just like I feel like everybody likes Joker because he's such a well done character.
He really
But
is,
like
though.
outside of Joker,
It
who else
depends.
do I like?
I
I like
like-
Scarecrow. So.
Mine, okay, other than Joker, mine would be Captain Boomerang, which is a Flash villain.
Flash villain. Yeah.
Because he is a Australian dude who throws fucking boomerangs at
Oh,
people.
gosh.
Like, I fucking love his character. And what made me love his character was the DC animated movie Batman Assault on Arkham, which is a Suicide Squad animated movie
Ah,
that came
dang.
out
Which
before
was
the
how
shitty Suicide Squad
was
movie.
supposed to be instead of facing a fucking enchant. That was the
Oh.
dumbest enemy choice.
And it's so good. Like, I fucking
can't
love
even.
I love him in that movie. But yeah, we are going way over time. So, thank y'all for joining us on the animation podcast. We had a lot of tangents, and today's topic kind of went off the rails.
A little.
But
My
a little
fault.
bit.
but it was fun. Maybe I have to censor some stuff later. Maybe not.
Why are you looking at me when you say that?
No, not you. Me. The whole school days bit.
Just cut that part out.
Like, just cut that
School days
whole
is the
section
most
out.
amazing. So Green Lantern is actually.
All right, guys. Thank you for joining us on the Highscore Headquarters Animation Podcast. We will see you.
Thanks for having us, James.
No problem, man.
Thank you.
Thank y'all for coming. And we'll see you guys next time for episode 3. Don't know what the topic is. Maybe there won't be one because who knows. But you know what? Yo, it's the next one's probably going to be in February, so maybe we'll do couples.
Oh, favorite
Oh yes,
couples. Actually, I can get
animated
down
comic
with that.
book couples. Let's
c-
do it.
I can get down
I
with
have
that.
so many to discuss.
All right, so join us next time where we talk about our favorite couples in animation.
Woo.
Bye.
All right, peace.
See ya.
See ya.